Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Charles Dickson, who is CEO at Roadside Real Estate. How are you today, Charles?
Hi, Zach. Great to speak to you again. And I know we haven't spoken for a while, but I'm very, very well. So thank you for the time.
We've had a few key bits of news, and which I think the market may not be totally aware of. We can start with the latest disposal, but obviously you've had a COO also in the mix as well. But let's start off with a disposal.
Yeah, so Zach, we're just, continuing on from the deal to sell the rest of our Cambridge Sleep Sciences estate for 48 million that we announced in June. On Friday, we put an announcement out to sell our commercial property business, which is our investment commercial property business, for 12 million. And that's just further simplifying the equity story, putting more cash on balance sheet, and increasing our resources for acquisitions in the roadside retail operational space. You'll notice that we appointed David Philpott as COO, who's joining us shortly. He's been running BPM&S's European business, which is 3,500 sites for the last couple of years. Prior to that, he was at Marks and Spencer's, latterly running their franchise business. So really experienced retail operator. And he came on the back of Steve Carson joining in May, who's our non-exec chair. Steve has got sort of 30 years in retail with Sainsbury's, and then latterly running Argos, Holland Barrett, and SCS. So hugely experienced guy. So you'll begin to see that we're putting together a very, very strong operational team. We made our first acquisition in June, and we bought the former petrol filling station at Coventry. And we're currently reinstating that. We're putting a big new shop on it and opening up again next year. And then we're actively looking at further acquisitions at the moment. But given the cash resources we've now got, plus the team we're putting together, I expect lots more news from Road and expect the journey to continue.
I mean, it seemed to me with the with David's arrival, I mean, he seemed to be almost like the perfect person for the business that
Yeah,
you're, engaged in. I mean, you could not. I mean, it literally, it was almost like born with roadside real estate on his on a t-shirt. So that
correct.
that shows that, and it's a double win in the sense that obviously people in your area they know they're actually thinking, well, this is a good company to join. I've been at BP, I've done stuff with this company, that company. Roadside's the place for me.
And that's it. I mean, we had a number of applicants for the role and really strong candidates. So we had a pick, and I was surprised that of the quality, but it shows people believe in what we're doing, particularly in the sector. People believe the opportunity that's ahead, and people can see the value we can generate. So no, I'm delighted with David's appointment, and he's come from running a huge business, one of the biggest roadside businesses in Europe, to come and join us. So big win for us.
Right. The other thing I suppose with the roadside is you go quiet and then all of a sudden you come up with this, either a big appointment or a deal. But what's the sort of the overall focus? What is the main direction for the company?
So we're looking to acquire roadside real estate operators now. So we are looking to obviously buy the property, but we want to run the property as well. So we're looking at the energy forecourt space really as our main target area, which is highly fragmented, very overlooked, and very good value with great returns. So we've evaluated a number of businesses, and we're looking at acquiring. I'd probably say we'll be acquiring 3 or 4 businesses over the next 12 months. So expect roadside to grow very, very significantly over the coming months.
And is this, from your own cash resources, or will you try and gear yourself up a bit, or is that a secret?
No, it's not really a secret. We've obviously got good, very strong cash resources of over 50 million pounds available to us now. And then we've got banking facilities that we will be able to access. It's a very hot sector at the moment, roadside, and the major banks are very keen on exposure because A, the security is good, there's no delinquency in the sector, and C, they really understand the cash flow. So yeah, we will be able to take some leverage. We're not looking to over leverage ourselves, Zach. I don't think the public markets particularly enjoy companies that borrow too much money, but we will be taking sensible leverage to improve returns for shareholders.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, I think last year the shares were up over 300%. This year they're nearly up 100%. I suppose the $64,000 question is, if you are an investor, you've listened to this interview, just heard of Roadside, which, a lot of people are still maybe not aware of the company. How would you value it? How would you know that it was cheap, or how would you know when it was expensive? It's quite a unique space and quite a neat strategy as well.
Well, I'm the biggest shareholder, Zach. So I've got a huge amount of skin in the game. I control around 30% of the company directly and indirectly. I bought further shares in May, you may have seen. I'm probably one of the largest direct buys this year in the stock market. And people were sort of questioning the level I bought them at because it was a sort of 3, 4 year high. They've gone on to double since then, nearly. So I would like to buy more shares at the moment, but obviously we're in a closed period now. I think the way to look at us right now is to take off our cash from our market cap and then look at our actual real underlying market cap, and we're very, very cheap still. So I'm expecting further share price growth over the next months.
Okay, well, I suppose on that note, can't really beat that one. On that note, Charles Dickson from Roadside, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks for your time.